OG Fortnite has returned, and that means a brand new meta. So today I'm going to be covering everything you need to know to consistently win not only every fight, but every game as well. So if you guys do enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed. But with that, let's get into the first part of the video. So first up, let's talk about the shotgun meta. Now the shotgun meta is very simple in OG Fortnite. We have the pump and we have the tac. Now both these are very, very good, and they do exactly what they should do. The tac has fast fire rate and the pump is slow fire rate and hits harder. Now in OG Fortnite, the pump is better than the tac overall stats wise, but if you do have a god tac, which is the purple and the gold version, this can be very good at taking walls and also just doing insane amount of damage in a short amount of time. But overall, the pump is the best shotgun this season. But a lot of people are forgetting that the pump has a huge pullout time. Compared to the shotgun that we had last season, it has no pullout time. So this OG pump, you have to actually be a lot smarter with your edits. And I see a lot of people make the mistake of wide editing this season. So now I've jumped into replays to show you guys a quick example of what you shouldn't do with the pump. This new meta obviously means that the pump is better, but you can't just jump in someone's box like this and not have control of anything. Because if you shoot, right, I'm going to show you a quick example and then slow it down. If you shoot and you don't hit your shot, all you have is your secondary, and relying on your secondary can be very difficult. Like that guy right there, I'm going to show you what happened. Now you're probably wondering, why didn't he shoot me? As you can see, he just shot his pump, and that means that obviously he has delay. And then again, the pullout time of the pump is insane, so you have to be smart with your edits. This guy just sprays in and he doesn't think about it. And then when he tries to pull out his pump, you can tell that it's going to take a long time for him to pull it out. And by that time, hey, yo, wait, what did I just say? And by that time, he's not going to be able to get a shot off, and then I can two-tack him and then headshot him and then pick up an elimination. So make sure you're being smart with your edits and not just wide editing on the opponent. So really quickly, I'm just going to show you guys an example of playing with protective peaks with the pump, because this season, if you wide edit, you're going to get punished. Right here, I realize that edit isn't going to work, so I make a box to my left, and then I reset the cone and then make a simple wide edit. Also, notice how I just coned him above. That means that he has nowhere to go, and as you can see, we are in zone, so I have to end this fight quickly and effectively. Once I can get the first shot, then he's obviously cracked, and I can reset the wall. Notice how I don't let him respond, and now he's super weak, and obviously I know he probably wants to medkit up, so I instantly edit out and pressure the wall. Then I'm able to just catch him off guard, get in the box, spray him, pick up a kill. So make sure that you guys are playing with protective edits. Now moving on from shotguns, let's talk about the Mythic drum gun. Now the Mythic drum gun is the best gun in the game. It is basically the Midas drum gun back from chapter 2. Nothing has changed from it. But the main thing is, it's very hard to get because everyone lands there. But I'm going to show you guys a secret strategy on how to get it every time. I'm going to be showing that to you right now. Your goal is to always land on the roof. Now the roof lets you control the entire POI if you can get it down. What I'm going to do is pick up these kills right here. Once I get these kills, I'm going to start to search all the chests around me. Once I get all these chests, I can then bait Snoop Dogg up. Now, for some reason, if Snoop Dogg even sees a glimpse of you, he pushes you. As you can see, he barely saw me. Yo, you need to shut up, man. So if you can get a little glimpse of him and he can see you, he'll instantly start running at you. So if you can bait him up to the roof like I do here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait him into this little corner right here. And then obviously I can box him and then pick up a kill. Also, he's pretty weak. A lot of people don't remember that. This boss actually doesn't have that much HP, but you need to make sure that when you kill him, you box him. Because as you can see there, you can't pick up the mythic before he gets up. So that means that you need to be really protective and look around you while you're getting it. But let's say he doesn't come up to you. What you can do is sneak up to other people when they're going for the boss, and then when they try and kill him, you can obviously break in and then pick up a kill, because even if they try and get the mythic, they're going to be greedy and they won't be looking for you. So you're probably asking yourself, how do you fight against the drum gun? Here I'm going to show you 2 examples of what you shouldn't do. The first tip you should never do is build in wood, because if you do this, you are obviously going to get sprayed like I do to this guy. I catch him off guard and then I can spray him. He doesn't even have time to react, and then I can just pick up a free elimination. Another thing you don't do against the drum gun is taking your eyes off the opponent, because if they somehow get around you or get to a different direction than you're facing, you can often spray them and then pick up a free kill. So you need to always be wary of where your opponent is if he has this gun. Now, I think I should also mention the tactical shotgun is still very good and a viable option. It's not like last season where the pump's the only way or the gatekeeper's the only way to go. This season, the tac is very viable. As you can see, I set up this very simple peek. I've showed you guys this 100 times. Make a little box next to the person diagonally, and then you can just steal the wall and snag it from a safe position. As you can see, he can't see me, but I can see him because I have a right-hand peek. And then I can two-tap him. You wouldn't be able to do this with the spaz protectively, because once you jump out with the spaz, you then have to spray. And if you want to spray, you have to expose yourself. But with the tac, you can stay protected while doing damage, and that is very, very helpful. So now moving on from that, let's talk about movement this season. There's 3 movement items. We have the grappler, we have the impulse grenades, and then we have crash pads. Now out of all of them, the grappler is the best. The grappler has more uses than all of them. It allows you to cover more ground than all of them. And most importantly, you can take high ground, you can rotate, and you can basically do anything with this item. It is very versatile, and it basically just makes the game a lot easier for you. So really quickly, let's cover how you're going to win games. The only way you're going to consistently win games is by going first in last zones. What I mean by that is always grappling first to the front of zone and getting high ground. Now really quickly, all I'm going to do is use my grappler, get the max distance, and I'm going to grapple to the top of this hill because this guy thinks he has high ground, but instead I take natural high ground, which is way better because he can't get chopped out. That allows me to get to the front of zone because, as you can see, zone is pulling back over this hill. That means that now I can hold these 2 players, and then I can eventually heavy snipe this guy right here. And then obviously he gets cracked. He's super weak at that point, and he has to box up. This guy helps me out a little bit, and he's actually going to start to push the other player. Now this is the goal if you're in the top 3. You want to force the other 2 people to fight. You don't need both kills, but if you can just force the other 2 to fight, this means that they're always going to be stuck at the back of zone, and then you can pick up free wins. Like here, I literally just forced those 2 players to fight. And then this guy, again, goes second with the grappler. If you go first with the grappler and get in zone, you can just hold people and then pick up a free win. So make sure that you get to front of zone, make a little bit of space, and then spray down on your opponents. Another thing I think I should mention, the rocket launcher is super overpowered this season. As you know, it has been added back to OG Fortnite. I'm going to show a quick example of why it's so good. I'm going to double edit. I'm going to hit this guy for a little bit. Unlucky, I don't crack him. But instead of going up this way, I'm going to go out in the backwards direction, and I'm going to shoot a rocket at him. Now, my goal isn't to hit him with the rocket, which would help, but my goal is to break all the builds around him. What I'm going to do right after that is quickly swap to my shotgun, and then I'm going to shoot, because when you break the builds, he's obviously going to be falling, and then he can't build. I'm going to use that time to then get a shot off, and then crack him with some damage back at him. That forces him to then disengage from the fight, and now he has to try and fight me from a difficult angle. So in this new meta, we have a lot of broken items. And one of those items included is the stink bombs. Now, the stink bombs are insane. They can literally just do damage while you're trying to fight someone, and being able to do constant damage while fighting someone is very important. But you can also use it to play defense. A lot of people don't know this. For example, I just got the vault, as you can see, and if you don't know, right here, you can't build anything. Not on this wall, not on this wall, and you also can't build in this roof. So that means that he can come and freely smack on the roof. When he does this, instead of letting him steal it, I'm going to throw a stink bomb. This means he's now forced to leave, and he has to go find a different entrance. Now, this fight is going to get dragged out a bit. I'm going to speed it up so you guys understand. It gets dragged out a little bit, you know, it gets pretty crazy, and I decide to actually go back into my little hidey hole right here, and I'm going to use the stink bomb again to play defense. Look, he starts keying me, and instead of letting him push me into this little box here, I throw a stink bomb right in this little pocket. That means that it's going to get all 4 of these boxes, and that means that now once it hits, he now can't push anymore. And he obviously has to slow down, and he has to back up eventually. As you can see, he has nowhere to go, and he actually dies. So you can actually use these stink bombs pretty well to play defense. Now you're probably asking yourself, what are some guns you should avoid picking up? The first one is the boom bow. The boom bow is not what it used to be. It doesn't really have any splash damage, I would say. It literally is kind of just like you have to hit them directly, and that's really hard with the travel time on this. So like this guy right here, he's trying to boom bow me. As you can see, the explosive damage does no damage to the builds. I'm able to then crack him and then push him with my drum gun, and you know the drum gun, it always bleeds through. Hey, whoa, why you moan? Alright, so that is going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed. Also, I just dropped a how to rank up fast video for OG Fortnite. Go check it out, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.